opposition will believe that technology exists as struggling middle class people should not choose to sell their intelligence. First, what we define that how we sell their intelligence is that for example, they have a quantity of intelligence of 100. If they sell them, they may sell for 20, they have 80 left. So actually these IQs cannot be recovered. So that means what we define as selling the intelligence means that if you sell it, you cannot recover it and keep your IQ in the original place. So actually, if you mention that IQ will create more IQ, it's not the case. If you sell the IQ, we define it as we cannot recover the quantity of IQ if you sell it. So if you sell it, you have to regret that why your IQ is lower than before as you make irrational choices. Not like you can keep the amount of IQ that is reasonable and properly for people. So actually, here comes my rebuttal for the last speaker of my opponents. That she mentions that first of all, they can choose how much intelligence to sell. Actually, they won't. That's because these struggling middle classes are just threatening my life. So they are actually having a bad time. So it will be hard for them to be rational. They will be rational that they need money. So they will sell a large amount of IQs. So in that way, their IQs lowers for a large amount that they won't be they will be a lot dumber than before because they sold their IQ irrationally and they sold a lot of them, not just controlling the amount. And as I mentioned before, the definition, these IQ cannot be recovered. So this will become a regret. So in this case, like supporting our case that they shouldn't just have the chance to sell their IQs in order to make sure that they have the proper IQ what they have. Like they are a normal person, not just being threatened by life that they sell a large amount of IQs because they are doing it irrationally. And secondly, my rebuttal is that she mentions that this will selling IQ will help these struggling middle class to overcome this period that they're struggling. So it is urgent for them to have money and then the ways to earn money. Actually, what I think is that because the people have incentive to know that if they sell IQ, it will be bad for them to achieve long-term sustainability. Because if they have lower IQ, they actually cannot just being able to make money in the long term. So actually, if she mentions that they are urgent to have money, so they sell a lot of their knowledges, actually it is harmful to their future. So actually they are not willing to sell them actually. So this incentive mentions that even though they are urgent to have money, they should also keep rational. That to have clarified that they must know that if they sell their IQ irrationally for the first time, they will have in the long term it will bring bad negative influences to them. By, for example, they will not be able to achieve better jobs because limited of their knowledges. People will think they are dumb, and so that don't give them chance to show themselves and talents, and they will have form regrets. So actually, I don't think this is the case. And you also mentioned IQ is useless if they sell them back, but in fact, in our case, that IQ is really important. It is the same that we make money. So IQ is not useless. IQ is really useful. So here I will move on my arguments and provide an alternative that the opponents mentioned that we won't. Actually, we have an alternative is that we can just keep the intelligence and knowledge, not selling IQ, but rather, in fact, instead we will sell to the rich classes to earn money to overcome this period, is to solve what things we can do with our IQs. For example, I use my IQs to form a good project. I use my IQs to create an annotations. So actually, annotations are more valuable for them to and if they keep their IQs, they actually have more and more innovations that can keep like their income and revenues just going on and on for a long term. So actually, it's relevant and corresponds to what I'm saying, like sustainability. So actually, this alternative that they sell the product that they do with their IQs. So actually, this is a very effective alternatives So alternative. And I will move on to my arguments. Like selling IQ will cause a lack of equality for people to access knowledge because they depend on wealth rather than how hard they work to earn these IQs. That means here is my mechanism is that the rich people, they have money, so they are more willing to more affordable to buying these knowledges, so they have more access to buy these knowledges. As you sell knowledges become a sense of money and a product that people can buy using money. So actually rich people have more access to knowledge. So as for these struggling middle classes, they don't have even money. So how should they purchase these knowledges if you sell them? Like they because they're struggling and their lack of money, if they regret, they even don't have the chance to purchase these knowledges back because they're lacking money and only because you put it into a product that can sell. So in fact, it is you that caused this to become a product, and in fact, the consequence is that you cannot afford to purchase knowledge when you will regret in the future. So actually, the impact is really large. That this makes knowledge become a product that only can be processed by the money and measured by the money. More wealthy people will earn rather than how hard work people do. So actually, the struggling middle class will be more struggle, and also for the poor people, they are more vulnerable because they have less access to knowledge. And actually, what this impacts more worse is that when knowledge is distributed to different parts of people, like rich people have more knowledge, rich people is more able to willing more money from the middle class people. So actually middle class people won't be richer because they lost ability. They are not smart enough to have a chance to earn more money because they can't, and they even can't just solve the problem of lacking money. So actually selling knowledges is not good for them, as they can using selling knowledge to help them overcome this period. Thanks.